So we have some brand new information for the champion skill sets coming to Marvels Avengers, which is absolutely insane because we got an in-depth look on how many there are and what they are called and ultimately what they offer. But it gets better than that because we also got our first look at some Red Room Takeover gameplay, which I can honestly say is just pure insanity. It looks absolutely incredible, and then it gets even better than that because on the live stream that was showcasing all of this stuff, one of the devs have given some more information regarding the Spider-Man DLC, which again is something we are all really anticipating, and well, it gives us an idea of the release month as well. It's a clear indication to where we should be headed with that. So stick around to the end of the video where I'll be showcasing the Red Room Takeover gameplay alongside that release window, I guess you could say, for the Spider-Man DLC, i.e. what month we're actually looking at, because well, the devs have said something really interesting. So let's dive into this video. I want to start off with the champion skill sets and what has been showcased, what they are called, etc, etc. Now, most of you guys are probably, I guess, up to date on what these champion skill sets are. If you're not, long story short, it's for people that have maxed up their characters. This is ultimately the next level, and it just opens up a door to a bunch of crazy opportunities for people to get involved in, and you can also kind of piggyback off your buddies to also max up your characters and get there a little bit quicker. So we are going to take a look at some of the ones that kind of stood out to me because there were so many of them, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check that out after. But the first one we have, as you guys will be able to see on screen, is the maximum willpower boost. Now, what this one does actually say is it permanently increases the maximum willpower by 4%. Just a heads up, when it comes down to upgrading these, there's no going back, so make sure you upgrade what you actually need to. Now the second thing is the status resistance boost, which permanently reduces the damage from all elemental and status effects by 2%, and of course each of these categories ultimately increase, i.e. their percentage, etc, which is great news. And then what we have next is the Fortification Boost. Now this, long story short, as you can see, increases your defense by 1%, and again that just consistently goes up. Then we have the Willpower Recovery Boost, which allows you to go up to 5% on the willpower recovery. And then things get a little bit interesting because what we have here is the critical chance boost. Now what it says is permanently boost innate critical attack chance by 1%, which I think is really cool. And then you've got the heroic charge rate boost. Now I know this is a big thing for a lot of people. This allows you to permanently increase the charge rate of all of the heroics by 2.5%. And then what we have is the perk chance boost, where it permanently boosts the chance of activating perks by 3%. And then lastly we have the heroic charge rate boost 3, which again is 2.5%, which allows you to go ahead and increase that charge rate of all your heroics, and that costs you 4 champion skill points. So as you can also see on screen here, you've got your skill points, and then beneath that, in that little yellow ring, I guess you could say, is the champion skill points. And this is some really good, I guess, ideas, right? When it comes down to having a better vision of where you can go with your characters. It's something that a lot of people have been literally requesting since the game launched. So it's been such a long time, it's almost been a year, right, since this game was released. So when you take all of these things into consideration, it's finally here. It's huge because it completely shifts the way you actually play Marvels Avengers, and if anything, it's probably going to be a situation where you can say some heroes are going to be overpowered in, I guess, all the right reasons. So it's going to really change your gameplay experience, and I'm very excited to see how that's going to go down. Now, getting into the info that I said at the start of the video regarding the Red Room Takeover gameplay alongside Spider-Man's DLC release date. That is correct. So let's get in with the beginning. The first thing, should I say, say that I have to show you guys right now, which is the Red Room Takeover gameplay. Now, as you can see, it's like 10 seconds or so long, but it's more than enough. I mean, this just looks absolutely insane. So ultimately, you're kind of on this platform, your enemies fall off, you're ideally not meant to fall off, so it seems, and I mean, it just really looks like it's got that big challenging aspect to that, because don't forget, right, it comes down to like how many enemies are there going to be as well. So it really turns the heat up when it comes down to pressure, but also your skill set and ultimately your hero. And now that this is going to be coming with the champion skill sets, it's just going to make things so much more fun than if it was to kind of release as a standalone. I guess this, I mean, let's just imagine it was to happen right now. It's not going to be as fun. So if you've maxed up, especially in this case Black Widow, this is going to be a ton of fun for you. Now, going into the Spider-Man DLC, now just like we had the Black Panther release date, I mean a much better indication, should I say, and if you haven't seen that video, check it out. The link is in the description, or there'll be a card on screen right now. But that was the roadmap update. That gave us something, and now, well, a lot of people have been asking, where is Spider-Man's DLC? We had the initial leak that it's going to be in March, then of course we just completely vanished from that date. We also had the problems with the delays, etc, etc, and then we take a look at the roadmap and it's like, okay, well, every single month since I guess like January, February, etc, we've had something new, right? So it's kind of like, okay, well, Black Panther ultimately should be coming in August, because that's going to be the big finale on the way this game is going, in the sense of right now it's on PlayStation Now, you pay a subscription and whatever, you still got access to the game for free in some sort of, I guess, perspective. Now, we figured that out, right? But what happens after August? What's going down with Spider-Man's DLC? Well, somebody said and asked the most important question: do you have a release window for Spider-Man? Now, the Crystal PR guy responded to that comment on the live stream by just saying 2021. But what a lot of people don't realize is this is huge information. The reason why I say that is because not only do we take a look at the roadmap that we have right now and going on the basis that Black Panther would be in August, that means we've got September, October, November and December, right? We've got a 4-month drought of, I guess, no idea of what type of content we're going to be getting. Now, Black Panther is going to be a huge DLC because it's a Wakanda update. That should be, I guess, a DLC big enough to keep people playing for like 3 to 4 months. And if we're going to 2021 release date, I have no doubt that December is going to be the month of the Spider-Man DLC, simply because of the hype around the Spider-Man film being in December, of course, when it comes down to No Way Home. So this is going to be December. It makes sense. Take a look at the roadmap, take a look at us just simply being told 2021, and that alone is just a huge indication as to why this is going to be in December. Leave your thoughts on this in the comments below. That's going to wrap up this video here. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and until the next one, adios amigos.